Hello, everybody. It is Sunday, March 27th, and March has just flown by. Pesach is coming, and an amazing coach, Michal, is going to help us get some insight today into our mental and physical environments, the to-be way. So I am going to, without too much further ado, I'm just going to let you guys know that you have something really special tonight coming. So take a deep breath, open up, get ready to engage with Michal, get ready to engage in the chat, because you will only get out of this call, no matter how amazing she is, what you put in, your focus and your presence. So Michal, thank you so much for your time preparing, for being here. I know you've had a long day, and I'm so excited to learn so much from you tonight.
Great.
Everybody, if you can mute yourselves before Michal start, that would be great.
And Yoni, will you mind the chat, please? Thank you.
I got you.
Thank you, girl. I will unmute myself. There we go. All right. Outer order, inner calm. Not to scare any of you out there, as I realize I actually have to clean my fridge and my oven, even though I'm going in for Pesach, because who knows what the Corona gods will decide for me. But it's 3 weeks to Pesach. Let's help you get some seder into your seder. Yes, I'm the one with the pun jokes. Ba-bum bum. All right, but first, guys, it was Purim about 2 weeks ago. I don't know, it's been gone for like 2 weeks. If you still have mishloach manot sitting in your house right now, I want you to put them in a bag. I want you to take them outside your front door, and I want you to leave them at your front door. I will wait 2 seconds. If you still have mishloach manot, not the person driving, do not do that right now. Okay, but if by the end of this call, you still have mishloach manot in your house, okay, then no one's eating, no one's touching. You don't need it. I want you to put it in a bag. First outer order in a calm thing you're going to do tonight. You're going to put that mishloach manot and you're going to send it out the house. No one needs it. No one needs it. And you do not need to donate it. No poor person. I don't like saying poor person. No one needs the food that you got from other people. If you haven't given it away yet, give it away. If you want to throw it away, throw it away. But that is the first thing you're going to do for your outer order, inner calm, because it will make you calm when food is not around. Trust me. That's my things. But not to scare everyone, but yes, Pesach is around the corner. Often when all of this comes in, when this overwhelming feeling creeps itself in, is like, I don't have time. I can't like get through all this stuff. I'm like too busy to deal with it. Like, but like one of the things that I can deal with is my possessions. Right? I can deal with the things that are in my house, that physical aspect of things, right? If when I'm dealing with my possessions, whether I'm throwing it away, whether I'm donating it, whether I'm just, inventorying everything, right? That can change my emotional attitude, my physical health, my intellectualism. You can actually get smarter by throwing out things. You didn't know that, right? And even my social life. Yes, I know, right? Because guys, you can actually find your front door and your car keys so that you can actually leave your house because you've thrown away stuff, right? Like, do you see? Okay. But what I want to ask everyone in the chat, and I'd love for people to come on if they want to share their answers. What do you find most challenging about preparing for Pesach? And what do you find the easiest? I'll let you share in the chat. Anyone? What do you find the hardest and what do you find the ease about prepping for Shabbos? And even if you're going away, even if you're closing up your house and you're going away, you're still preparing, you're still doing stuff.
So you're getting a bunch of cleaning, meaning
Right.
hardest is cleaning, koshering the kitchen, less sleep, all of those. Definitely.
So can I ask someone, Sabrina can't talk. Can Sabrina talk? No, she can't talk. Who said
I can
cleaning?
talk.
She can,
Okay,
sleeping
Sabrina,
beauty.
I wasn't sure because the baby's sleeping, so we
Baby's
don't like
sleeping,
to.
so I'm just very low.
What do you find the hardest about cleaning? Like, are you cleaning spring cleaning or are you Pesach?
No. Well, I probably should clean the kids' rooms because of all the perm candy that probably is in there, but I'm leaving that to them. And just selling it, thinking whatever's left over there is for like the Pesach fairies. But I think cleaning the oven for some reason I find and the fridge are the two most stressful things, because it's like once you clean them, you feel like you can't use them for the rest of that week until Pesach starts. Like it's just so much work, but like it means it's like off limits. Like you can't cook in the oven, like, you know, non-Pesach food if it, you know, has chametz in it once you've already koshered it. But like if you wait to do it until like right before Pesach, then like you have less time to cook for Pesach. It's like double-edged sword, whichever way you do it.
You realize you said two different things there.
Yeah,
Cleaning and koshering are two
Right.
very different
That's
things.
true.
yes.
That's true.
Meaning like if randomly you decided to do a good scrub this week on your oven, it might mean it takes you 2 minutes
To kosher it.
right before to just do it.
Yeah, except if you do that, you know that when you cook for Shabbat, you're going to spill something again. Like that's just the way the world works.
Right, but
It's
it's
like you clean your
but
floor
it's-
and then you
but again,
Do you,
it's an
do you
easy
deep
wipe.
clean your oven every week?
no. I clean it once a year for Pesach. Are you kidding me?
I'm at the point where I want to throw my oven away and buy a new one. Okay, that's where
Oh.
I am because I need in my car, right? I want to like I am.
So
at the-
I'm getting a toaster oven.
That's smart. That works.
That's my way of dealing with
There you
it.
go. There's
I now
your
have my
rethink.
Pesach toaster
There you
oven.
go. There you answered my question. You found your inner calm because you figured out order, right? You got organized. So basically what I'm saying is I want you to go, those of you who are making or going for Pesach, I want you to have outer order because it's going to provide you the inner calm, because I want you ladies to turn up on Seder nights like queens. I realized this week that we're all queens. As I was walking the 10K marathon, every single one of us in this room and every woman on 2B or man, they can be kings. We are queens. We show up, we do all of this for ourselves. So you need to come to Seder like queens. We need to find the way to make sure that you come to Seder as a queen. So whatever it takes, that's the one thing you guys need to find is you have to make order to find calmness so you can turn up without trying to yell at your children 700 times. And by the way, I'm going home. I know my mother's going to yell at me. Trust me, I'm getting off a plane at 1:45 Erev Chag. So I get that. But I want you all to turn up like queens because it's really important. So whatever I say today, I hope that at least sticks in your head about making sure that you turn up like queens, right? But basically, what I want to talk about is when you get rid of the physical, right, it clears the way for everything. If a lot of you, I don't know if you all follow me on Instagram, because most of you probably don't. I've been going through a lot and switched careers. And I'm pretty much, my office is now like 99% at home. And I've switched from event planning to business coaching. And I had all this event stuff in my house. And every time I'd go into the room with all this event stuff, I would have anxiety. I'd literally have a panic attack. And then there's stuff everywhere in my house. My kitchen was overflowing with things I don't need. My office was overflowing with things I don't need. My machzan in the back was overflowing with things that I didn't need. And I sat down one day, and Yoni was was part of this. And I literally boxed all my event stuff and put it downstairs in the machzan. I threw out a giant cupboard that had been here since 1967, which my landlords, right? I threw it out so I can move my desk, so I can paint a wall, so I can bring in a chair, so I can buy a brand new desk, because I need a happy place. I need to feel like I can be creative and I can feel calm in my home. My next is my kitchen, and I've thrown out about 4 boxes of kitchen stuff. If I accidentally break a glass, I cheer myself on. Like that's where I'm at. Like I don't make it on purpose, but if I break it, I don't feel bad about it anymore. I used to like have to fill out a form in my father's home. We had to like fill out forms. But basically, because I need to find my inner calm. So if my house is in order, I'm calm. I can do what I need to do the everyday things, to get my veggies prepped, to make sure I have my water, to clean my fridge. It's on the list. It's been on the list for 3 weeks and it's going to get done by next week. To do my oven. By cleaning and by in my house, I'm getting calm inside. And we're all busy. None of us want to prep Pesach, right? It's all sitting here. It's all, whether it's, you know, making lists of what we need to buy at the shop or all like things. How many, I just want to ask, how many in your hands like actually know what's in their Pesach cupboards, re food or equipment per se from last year? How many of you actually know what spices you still have in your boxes, what tin foil and containers you still have from last year? Okay, so all those who didn't put their hands up before, I want you to do an inventory of what, if you can see it, if you can open up the cupboards, right? Make an inventory of the things that you have. One of the things about an inventory, again, it's creating outer order in a calm, is by having the list of things that you have in your home, where Pesach stuff, food stuff, spices. It means you're not going to have to buy duplicate. It means you're not going to say things like, why do I have 2 ketchups? Why do I have 3 cranberry cans? Why do I have 4 containers of tin foil? Like, you don't need it. No one needs this, right? So it's making it that you have, so you know you don't need to buy them, okay? And if you buy things now, I mean, again, everyone's kasha is different, but like 99% of everything right now is kosher Pesach. So if you're buying your cauliflower rice and you don't finish it before Pesach, that's okay. It's kosher Pesach. You can actually use it for Pesach, right? Your frozen vegetables, at least in Israel, everything's been kosher Pesach since before Purim. So just that you know, even if you're buying, you don't feel like you need to stink out on your frozen veggies, you can buy now, right? Because everything's kosher Pesach. So just so you know, one of those little things for shopping is, don't feel like I have to empty my freezer because I have to get rid of everything, right? No, you just put it to the side so you can clean it. Again, it's like thinking ahead, like being in charge of your order so you have that calmness, right? The other thing I think of is, you know, when we cleaning. There's cleaning for spring, and there's cleaning to get away chametz. How many of you actually just chametz clean? And how many of you can just raise your hands, and how many of you spring clean? Spring clean? Put your hands up. Chametz clean? Any of us who chametz clean? Yoni, I know you're a chametz clean. Right. Guys, if you want to do spring cleaning, you start now. If you want to do chametz cleaning, you do it a week before. Okay? No one should be spring cleaning a week before Pesach. You want to get rid of stuff, you want to donate stuff, you want to pack all those excess bags of clothing that you don't need because Baruch Hashem, you've lost so much weight, so none of your clothes fit you. Do it now. These are the things that you need to do now. Go through your kitchen. You don't need 17 mugs. Okay, I do, but other people don't, right? But I'm saying is like, go through your stuff now. That's spring cleaning. Chametz cleaning is a whole different ballgame, right? Chametz cleaning is to make sure the chametz is out of your house. Okay, that's how you need to clean. That's how I clean. I like, again, I don't have 3-year-old children eating chametz in a bedroom, so that bodes well for me. But if you're gonna spring clean, start now. As Yoni likes to tell me, I'm not telling you to Mary Kondo your whole house, but there is a happy medium, okay? Just as we say now, do your fridge now, do your oven now, it's done. And then all you have to do is put paper stuff and then wipe it if something gets on it, right? That's what I'm doing, because then I know it's done. So if God forbid I get corona and I can't go on a plane to go to Toronto, I can still cook for Pesach. I know, don't look at me like that, Lily. You've had corona, I haven't. So I'm still in the fear stage, okay? like going through fear. So what I'm saying is again, I need inner calm. So my outer calm is to clean the things that need to be cleaned, but they're chametz based. They're not spring cleaning. I ironically have already done my spring cleaning. By creating physical space, you're creating physical breathing room, but you're also creating mental space. If there's too many things holding space in your head, you're not going to have room for clarity. Do not give things if they're not paying rent, right? You do not give space to things that don't pay rent. So when I say, for those who spring clean, great. You want to spring clean now. For those who chametz, you have time. Maybe start a list, make the thing like I have to go through this, I have to go through this, I have to go through this. And if you haven't done an inventory of your Pesach stuff, make sure at the end of Pesach this year that you have an inventory. No one needs 5 paprikas. Trust me, been there, done that. We've all learned about the 5 paprikas. So I wanted to make today I wanted us to talk a lot more about Pesach. So that's why I'm making a shorter call, because I want your questions to be answered in regards to this. So my last thing is, by having outer order, it allows you to save time, because if you do stuff in order now, make your lists now of what you want to buy, make your menus now for what you're going to serve, make a list of the things you need to clean. If you just make those lists and put due dates, so you know when those things need to be done by, that's going to save you time. Money, if you know what's in your cupboards and you know what clothing your kids need, what you need, if you're going away for Yom Tov, if you're going to Coach the Pesach program and you don't know what food they're serving, find out now so you know what you need to bring with you so that you can be on track, right? Those are the things you can find out now. You want to, hire cleaners now, because by Erev Pesach, they're going to be 10 times the price. That's saving you money. Space. Get rid of the things that are taking space that are not paying you rent. Donate it, get rid of it, send it out. These are the next 2 weeks, because the last week before Pesach, you're not going to do it. The last week before Pesach, you're cushioning your kitchen, you're starting to cook, you're doing your last final minute things, and you're feeding your children pizza every night, right? Like that is what's happening the last. So if you're going to be getting rid of things, that's a spring cleaning, you're going to do it now. Energy. If you do all these things and you put all these things in order, right, then you're going to save so much energy in a day, so that you're going to have time to sit there and go, okay, what do I need to do for myself over Pesach so that I'm successful on 2B, right? That I put myself forward. Something I'm doing in my house is I'm making a platter of vegetables every morning over Pesach, because that's my mother's job to me, and make sure there's a full plate of veggies every morning in the house, cut up, so that I know that I get to my veggies most, right? And ironically, so will my whole family. So I'm keeping them healthy as well, and everything, and the bathroom working as I look at it. And then I want you to stay focused on the things that are necessary. Pesach, we get bogged down with the things that are not necessary for any of the things that really matter. What's necessary for Pesach? I know for me, it's being my family. It's having Siddurim. It's watching my niece be able to lead Seder, because my father said, the 6-year-olds can run it all, right? That's for me is Pesach, being with my family. We don't have Pesach restaurants to go to in Toronto, like we're just together. So, but yeah, I mentioned the pizza because I want us to come up in the conversation. So thank you, Sabrina, for bringing it up. But basically what I want to say is, if we stay focused, then things that are necessary, and the things that are unnecessary are irrelevant, so they don't become important. So I hope everyone has a lot of outer calm to get inner calm. Sorry, outer order to get inner calm. It's a long day. And that's it. So questions? What are we? Anything?
So I'll tell you what some of the people were actually asking about. So leading up to Pesach, a lot of people do the pizza dinners. How do we make ourselves like organize and be sure that we're having food for ourselves? That's more stressful than the actual organizing.
So
Was one of the questions.
yeah. So it's a great question. Sabrina, what does your day you look like in regular with your food? Because there's not much that actually changes in regards to, what we eat. We still have the water first, veggies most. So that should be consistent every day. It shouldn't affect, having pizza dinner. In regards to if you're ordering pizza for your family, most pizza places have very large salads. As Alana calls them sexy salads, right? So if you're ordering family pizza, then order yourself a sexy salad. So then there's the salad to their pizza. So you're making sure you have your healthy meal, and not.
And if that is too hard for you, you can decide to change it up and tell your family we're doing omelets tonight. Unless they're the ones cooking for Pesach, which kol hakavod if they are, you can decide the kitchen's going to happen differently this year. And I don't want pizza coming in, and I'm just going to everybody's going to have an omelet night. You can change up what the norm is. Even though everyone says the norm before Pesach is whatever that is, change it up. Make life easier for you. Yes, I understand that the cooking of omelets isn't necessarily easier in the sense of pizza's made for you. But if you're going to find yourself eating that pizza, that's not easier for you either. So figure out where that balance falls. That might actually, on an emotional level, make that time less stressful.
But Sabrina, what he's saying is you could order a sexy salad and then you have your meal more than you have the pizza. Of course you want the pizza. We all want pizza. But again, it's finding the alternative for you that that is sort of right for you. And you also microwave, right? So that's also something that you can use because it's a lot easier to cut your microwave. So if you're not using your oven, if you've cooked, if you bulk cooked in the fridge, you can heat up things in the microwave if you're not using your oven. Correct? Anyone else? Lily? Okay.
Yeah, so something else I do is we switched up going out for lunch instead of for dinners. Whenever I do takeout for the kids in the week before Passover, we just made it a rule that it's only ever lunches versus dinners. And I found that to be very easy, much better, because then if we were doing pizza and it was something I wanted, or like if we do bagels from Holy Bagel here in Israel, so like I can get a big salad that also has an FFC in it. And a lot of the salad places like have other things. And then dinner, I want to get them to bed so I can get back to cleaning and I don't get to bed so late. And I find that eating out and takeout food at night also is saltier for my kids and for me. So like really also just delays bedtime and makes the whole night more complicated. And then maybe like they want TV, like versus keeping dinner bedtime a little more standard and then giving myself a break in the middle of the day. I just found more constructive weight-wise and also just the way everything got done. Like we would push for cleaning and then everyone would get like kind of a reward and a break and then come back, get them to bed and keep going. For me, I just found that to be very practical and helpful.
Oh, I like what Pesha wrote. They do picnics in the park. That's like a double benefit.
That. Yeah.
We do that too.
Sabrina, why do you throw everything out in the fridge? You could put it in a container and then just have paper and then just use up until you have to throw it out. Like I mean, I put a little bag with all my dressings, all my ketchup and all that, and that goes into one section. And if it's not there,
what people hold. Some people,
right? Everyone's different holds, but the reality is like you don't really have to throw anything out. Like even if you put kosher Pesach stuff in your fridge, if it's not cooked, that the question is when you're cooking. That's kind of thing. I don't want it to spill once I've cleaned it. Sabrina, I need to come over and just put mats on your kitchen. So like, she doesn't like the mats.
No, that was a big head shake. No.
I have the cooking sheets that I just put on until like Pesach in case, and then I clean, and then I take all the cooking sheets out once it's like Erev Pesach, once I put all the food in. But I have the cooking sheets down.
I won't even put a tablecloth on my table. It drives me crazy to have like coverings on things. So like for Pesach, I'll do it, but like any other time during the year, like unless we have company, I won't even have like a tablecloth on the table. It's just placemats, and I like that better. I don't know why. So like, yeah, I throw everything out. My husband also thinks I'm crazy. It's fine.
Sabrina,
Not
try it
crazy,
this year.
you just know what you like.
Exactly, but try it creating some inner calm outer order by just putting those mats there. And so then you don't have to throw anything out to the last minute. But what I really
So I actually,
like,
I don't throw things out. I shouldn't say throw things out. I have like, my fridge has a lot of space, thank God. And there are certain drawers that I make like my chametz drawers. And I just like tape them. I don't really throw everything out, but I throw out like all the cooked food, all the open stuff that like, you know, is like 2/3 of the way done or 3/4 of the way done. It's like, why am I holding on to this? Why is it taking up room if like it's already mostly empty anyway? The cooked food thing, that's because you are supposed to be in bed. Go to bed. The cooked food thing, I think, is just like because I'm trying like to clean up the fridge and try to prepare for Pesach, but like where I normally would have food in the fridge. I mean, I guess this time it starts what, Friday night, Saturday night?
Friday night.
So I'll probably, right. So I'll probably be like the same anyway. Not cool. But it's just like normally I'm very much one of those like bulk cooker that heats and eat. And I find that week very stressful in general because I feel like if I don't have time to cook, like the omelet idea is a great idea, but like with the baby, with the cleaning, with like, I feel like my hands are constantly full of something that like, it's stressful just to think about a meal. Like,
I'm not saying for you, but we live
Right.
off baked potatoes and protein for like sweet potatoes. Like those are the things because they were easier to cook in the microwave. So my mom used to find things that was easy to make in the microwave because the oven was being koshered, right? We're being
That's good,
koshered.
right.
So we use like a lot of people don't like using the microwave, but we use it a lot for a lot of things to make because you can
I guess
make
that's
a
true.
lot.
And I can also use the air fryer now that I think
Yes.
about it,
But there we go. There we go.
because that's not kosherable anyway. That's true.
Order
Okay.
in or come. There you go. We've now come up with great solutions.
Yes,
Tasha,
I
what
like
do
those
you
solutions.
Tasha, what do you take to the park? That's what I want to know. Like, what do you do for meals? You're not.
Sorry, I was writing in the chat at the same time. I was saying also that like my kids always want those how do you call them, machama or whatever, like the cup of soup things. And I'm always like, no, 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 they're disgusting, they're not healthy, whatever. But like that's the perfect time. You just need boiling water and they're so happy. They love them and they're so filling. So they like that. But when I go to the park, just like it's just so easy. We'll go to like a grocery store that's next to a park because we just walk everywhere. And if they have sandwiches, so what? So I'll have a kuzmin pita and grab like those mini cottages or whatever. Like I know I can find things for me and for them for sure. And then just like, you know, be at the park.
It's a great. I love that idea.
I mean, it's also
Smart.
cheaper, like all the time we're eating out that week,
Yeah.
you know, like, and so it's also like one of the cheaper options is just get some things at the grocery store, pita, whatever, some kind of spread for them, a snack, a drink, and I'll have my things.
Anyone else does anything interesting before the week? They're cleaning. Pesha, yeah.
I want to ask a question. I want to ask if we're going to talk about the foods we're going to eat like during Pesach.
Yes.
Is this
That
call
is
or it's
not-
another call?
This is the first. I'm not doing the food.
That's part 2. Got
That
it.
was part 2. We're just
Got it.
continuing.
Yoni is gonna kill
conversation.
that.
Yes.
Because
Wait.
today I
The next
started
two
having a little-
calls,
I
next
started a
week,
little stress.
next week Ayel is going to be
palpitation,
talking
the
about
protein
recipes and
powders
stuff,
all.
and then
I will
Sorry.
tell you, I found not handmade, machine-made kuzmin matzah at Superstore for 34 shekels for about 732. Spelt matzah. She first all had it was Yehuda made. So I'm actually taking it back to Toronto with me because it's cheaper here than there. So just I don't know if anyone's looking for machine-made spelt.
I'm still
I'm
trying
sorry.
to find hand
I know.
spelt. Well, I
I-
found one, but I don't want to mortgage my firstborn, so we'll figure
Right.
it out.
Yeah, so I actually, Rami Levy also had a high fiber, but I was trying to find Kuzmin. Why is my internet unstable? Anyone else? What's going on in England with your 2-day Chag?
I'm in denial about my 2-day Chag. But I did have a
You'll be here
question.
soon enough. You'll be here
You'll
soon
be
enough.
here. You'll be here soon enough.
I do have a question, if that's all right,
Mhm.
which is just say that I have a tendency to, when something slips, sort of like habit-wise, to just be like, okay, scrap this for this week. Everything's like I don't know, I'm staying up too late and the food isn't ideal. And at some point it's just like, okay, fine, like this week everything goes out the window. How do you suggest not doing that? As in, how do you prevent yourself from, sometimes you will slip, but not letting it become a full-blown everything's out? And it could be that you like have no idea what she's talking about. Why would anyone do that? But if you do know what I'm talking about, how would you suggest dealing with it?
Check in with your coach.
Yeah. First thing is check in with your coach. That's the first thing. Secondly, accountability. If you're not checking with a coach, make sure you have, I think what maybe we should do, and if any, I'm fine to be everyone, you know, all of your coaches are there to be your accountability buddies. But if you want someone else who's also a challenger to be your accountability buddy, find an accountability buddy that for the week before Pesach and maybe during Pesach, like just check in, how you're doing, what's going on, what are you having issues with, what are you having for lunch, what are you for difference? Like Elle, she's off now, but she sends me pictures of her food every day. I'm a coach, so that's what she does. That's how she makes it accountable. And I go, good, not so great, not so great. And then Elisa also, she sends me her trackers so that I can see that everything's on track for her. But she has also accountability. She's like, I haven't had a great day. I'm like, great, it's not a great day. Tomorrow's another day. And tomorrow is another day. And every day is a new day. But the first thing is check with your coach. And the second is every day is a new day. You have a bad day one day, that's okay. We're all overwhelmed on an everyday basis. It doesn't even have to be Pesach. It could be just a regular weekday. We all feel like that. And we have a hard time and we go to bed at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. Last week, I didn't go to bed before 11:30. I'm in bed at 10 every night. Lily was the same. We were off, completely off. And then we lost an hour. So we get it, you know, and every day is a new day. So every day you get up and go, nope, today is water first, veggies most.
I think
And I'm
rather than
planning my
beat
day
yourself up to say all these things are falling off, or all, decide on one. The first thing you said was that the sleep, and I know sleep affects everything. If you know that you're getting to sleep by whatever X is, and you would like it to be an hour earlier, put an alarm in your phone. My phone literally 10 o'clock every night lets me know, start closing everything down. Before I did that, the time got away from me because the second you get a reminder, whatever it might be, whether it's cut up veggies before you go to sleep or fill your water bottles for the next day, or 10 o'clock, start closing everything down. The second you create all those little steps, you can try conquering one thing. Don't try to conquer the world. That gets overwhelming. But the first thing you just said, and I see that we all have this thing about sleep. If you control, and I'm saying that in quotes, what time you're going to sleep, you will wake up a little bit more refreshed, a little bit more positive, a little bit more energized. And it's because you chose it. Not because you were done doing stuff, so, oh, I might as well get into bed, but you chose to take hold of that sleep element. I'm going to set myself an alarm an hour before I want to be in bed. If that means I'm walking around my house, picking up the last minute, whatever it is, start with one thing. You literally have over 2 weeks till Pesach. Start with one habit. Get solid in that habit before Pesach. Obviously, Seder night, you're not going to be in bed that early, but for the rest of them, choose one thing at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself.
Yeah. Remember, you're coming to Seder like a queen. So as a queen, you need to pick one thing. And then get your minions to do everything else. And we all know that's not going to happen, but you know, we'd like it to. But sleep. My phone will go off and do not disturb at 10 o'clock. My computer goes into sleep mode at 10 o'clock. You know, I'm in bed and asleep by 11.
You have to choose to turn it off.
Yes. I have an alarm.
Way to go, Michal. Great call.
Yep. Any other things?
Just something quick from what you were saying, if that's okay. I thought it was amazing, and just remember that no matter what you did last year, every year you get to check in with what season of life you're in right now. Last year was a Corona year. Year before was kind of a Corona Pesach. Like, this year is kind of a mix. It's like a weird place to be. So don't compare this year's version of you to last year's version of you. Just be the best version of you based on what's happening in your life and your family's life right now. And thank you so much, Michal, for really just reminding us how much our environment is like, sometimes we're just overwhelmed or feeling cranky or feeling anxious about Pesach food, but really it's just all this other stuff that's making it feel overwhelming, versus when we get like a little more calm, we can think more clearly. Thank you so much. It was so insightful tonight.
Bye, everybody. Have a
Bye,
great
everyone.
week.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good week.
Have a great night.